Cool. Okay, so I need to make this full screen. If the mouse doesn't work, we're going to work with it. We're going to roll with it. Okay, so this is our convention recap class. So we're going to talk about all the new products that came out in doTERRA land. In 2021. Feel free to interject if you have questions. This is like open class, it's fun class. We're also going to be doing bingo. And so the way bingo is going to work is on the sheets you'll see things like Abōde, toxins, copaiaba touch. So some of these things are the new products. Some of these things are things related to the products or a problem that the products solve. And so as we go through the presentation, when the topic comes up and like the slide comes up, right, you can X that off on your bingo card. And then we're gonna TL bingo, which is always really fun. Who doesn't love TL bingo? It's awesome. So it's the first time doing it, I'm so excited. So you get TL bingo, and then we're gonna write people's names down.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Are you ever not excited?
Yes.
Okay, I've not ever seen it. So
Yes.
it's a good thing.
There's a really dark side. There's been a lot of trauma. You know, there was therapy. Yeah, some really dark stuff. We could go into some dark stuff. We're not going to do that. Another time.
Okay.
So, then we're going to go in order. But what else just light me up? Then we're going to go in order. So, like, when you call bingo, you write your name down. And then, right, we're going to have the order of people who won. So, everybody's going to win something tonight. But the perk is we're going to go at the end of the class. There's a list of things of like which are products. So the prizes are from the products, right? Like sample vials, a certain number of dishwasher pods, right? Taking a sample bottle of the lotion or the dishwasher, well, the dish soap, not just yeah. You get my point. There are dishwasher pods, right? So, but I thought it would not be helpful if like you picked your prize during the class as one. That would disrupt it, but also too, you might be like, well, I didn't learn about the other stuff yet, so I don't know what I want. So this way, you know, we get to go through, get to learn everything, get to get the excitement of winning bingo, and then at the end of class, we get to go through what you want and then put it in your nice little package to take home. And then you know what, you know about the thing before you pick the thing, because nothing's worse than picking a thing and being like, oh, I want something else. So we're gonna get started. Oh my gosh, you don't have the pen. I'm so sorry. So before we get started, for those new to doTERRA land, you've been in doTERRA land, but we will get that fixed. Like I will.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're good. And then Kate and Annie, do you know much? Okay, so we're gonna
They just do whatever I feed them.
So we're going to go over the doTERRA difference for those who don't know about it before we go into products. It's a great video. Do you want anything to drink?
Right from the beginning, having a completely pure essential oil was essential oils that you purchase on the open market today are either going to be synthetic or they're going to be engineered. Our focus was that you can't improve on Mother Nature and you shouldn't try.
We knew that we had to find a better way. We had to ensure the purity, the potency of these essential oils coming from the plant. We had to make sure that we became the stewards of nature, that they became unchanged as nature produces them.
It wasn't something that we just thought about that was clever or what would happen if we did this. We really felt like that this was a path that we needed to follow, we wanted to follow, but that was really needful in the marketplace.
I had always been looking for more of a natural form of healthcare after I had kids because I was shocked at the lack of resources that there were as a parent.
Every mom wants everything for their kids. So to have the trust in a product that's not only 100% safe, but 100% effective is priceless.
We are interested in having the purest, most powerful, most potent, highest quality essential oils that you can have. But in the process, we're also very interested in doing good in the world.
I realized that these oils have a mission that goes far beyond any of us. They're put on this earth for a purpose, for our healing. It's an amazing vehicle that we have to allowed individuals to recognize their value.
So it's a whole lifestyle, a whole mindset. And I'm so grateful that I started to shift to a healthier lifestyle. And having the essential oils, it's empowering.
Physicians will become more and more aware of the therapeutic potency of these essential oils. As we move toward the future of modern healthcare, we'll begin utilizing them in the clinical setting. That is what it's all about. It's not about personal wealth or personal achievements. There's something we can do here to help, to give back.
No other industry has the ability to connect people together and provide an opportunity for them to help each other. Just this whole community that has come together.
I knew deep in my heart that we could make something new and different with doTERRA, and it would truly be something I would be proud of.
I just think the whole planet is being lifted by this company, and it makes it so easy to be passionate because I know that every step of the way, it's lifting someone,
Good.
it's blessing someone, it's a light to someone.
Some people are asking the question, is the dream already done? And I think about that all the time, and I have to say there has never been another time in the history of doTERRA where the dream has been more alive than it is now.
What really needs to be understood is that our model is really focused on two things. It's focused on getting the best and helping the most.
That's our goal, that's our objective, is to make everyone a better human being. With that, they start to dream again. They go out in the world, they do great things. Pretty soon, the impact is happening with millions of lives.
So that was cool. I get chills when I watch that. So that is the doTERRA difference, what really sets us apart. And it is, no, I want to go to the other street. There we go. What? It is so true. And there are millions and millions of lives impacted. And a lot of the lives that are impacted are women that are at risk for trafficking in third world countries. So Africa, where we say one of the sources of frankincense, is a really good example, as well as pink pepper, where there were women that were literally selling their bodies to have to pay for feeding their children. And now they have fair paid jobs and health care, and they just established like a health clinic a year ago in Africa where they're sourcing frankincense. And it's the first one to survive in that rural area. So that's a huge accomplishment because there's been many trials before. And this is something near and dear to my heart after being in the Dominican 2 times and helping out. So that's a huge deal that we're doing a lot of humanitarian work. And the essential oils, it's not just one helping us with our health problems. Like it's not just helping me get from an 8 level pain to down to a 2 out of 10 with the EDS. It's those oils and that job is also helping a mother care for her children and not be at risk for trafficking and all those, and be financially independent. So it's really cool. And then equality. It's awesome. So we're going to go into the products that are cool. So what was released this month was the Copaiaba Touch, which is a new roll-on favorite. So the copaiaba was always as a normal essential oil before, but this year, are you okay, Annie? Okay, I don't know.
It's just looking at a TV terrifies my eyes.
Do you want me to dim it?
It's alright.
So I can dim it.
It's okay.
Are you sure?
On it. Do you want it dimmed? No.
We can go into settings. If you don't want to look at the TV, you can look at the sheet. I mean, I'll talk through everything, but we can go to no. Oh, right, it's on brighter. That's why. Is that better? Is that any better? It's awesome.
Does the touch just mean the roll-on? Is that what the touch is?
Yes. So it's copaiaba in the diluted form. So, to be honest with you, it's nice. but I normally buy my own copaiba and make my own rollerball, right? This is probably like, I know there's some mom wellness advocates that have the 6 kids and they'll get the touch because they don't have the time to make the rollerball, although, I mean, it only takes a few seconds, but I did like the science that came out behind it. The reason why they came out with it is the copaiba works on the endocannabinoid system. It's a really cool system. It helps with our nervous system. It affects our nervous system, our anxiety, level of calm, all that. And there's endocannabinoid systems in our skin, not just connected with the nervous system and other parts internally of the body. So the idea of the rollerball was we should be having this in an easy access roll-on touch because it is great for your skin and skin health, and it has that connection with the endocannabinoid system. Also, really cool fact about copaiba that I love is that copaiba enhances the absorption rate of every other oil. So copaiba, right? Super cool. Fact that's not on here, but I think is really cool, and there was research done on it, is that copaiba increases the osteoblast function. So for those of us who don't speak medical jargon, those are the cells that help make your bone. So if someone has osteoporosis or joint problems, specifically related to the bone health, copaiba not only is great for joint health of the cartilage and tissue around it, but it also will help with the bone density and issues with bone growth. So copaiba is something really good to pair with a bone health supplement, or if you have joint issues, like the turmeric dual capsules and copaiba are a really nice pair. I take all 3 because you guys know, yes. And then the new one, this Hygiene Cozy Blend, this is out, and this is available for purchase separately, not just in the kit. And this is it's called the Cozy Blend. So it's meant to be the house cozy meditation blend. So it is a limited time kit right now, or you can get the oil by itself, and it's a brand new diffuser blend. But you can see what's in it: wild orange, cedarwood, amorous, frankincense, myrrh, cistus pepper, tonka, and vanilla. And that blend is really what?
That's fantastic.
You don't have to write on it.
Oh, we're supposed to be marking that for the camera.
We explained the rules of bingo. And we don't follow bingo. There are, is it 3? I think there's 3 non-related presentation ones. One is a freebie that Lori would get, so if you're on our team. And then one is if you watch convention online, virtually. And then one is if you went to convention in person. So I like to give freebies out. You know, there's like an extra, you went, you got excited, you went there. So basically, this blend has a really interesting chemistry that helps promote relaxation. And what it sounds like, it's a cozy blend. It's supposed to make you feel like you're in a warm, fuzzy blanket. It's safe and secure from the world, which is why we're seeing a lot of the wood oils, right? The frankincense, the cedarwood, and then we have the florals, especially that vanilla. Vanilla
I
is
have a question
wonderful.
about the vanilla.
Yes.
How is the vanilla? I know that the
For
vanilla.
the products.
Okay.
But yes, that's your question.
Well, I'm just wondering the processing because I know that previously, like years ago, it still was processed chemically. How is
Yes, that's where we're gonna. Okay.
Okay,
So I
okay.
can.
Because that's one of those that I absolutely love, but it's still that
Right,
like, it's
because
stuck right in that.
85% of the vanilla out there is processed synthetically from petrochemicals. And doTERRA has come out with the first vanilla absolute, and the vanilla absolute that's used in their other blends, like the Hygiene, Motivate, Cheer. I feel like it's in another one, but I'm blanking on it. It's fine. All of those vanilla absolutes that are in there are the pure kind that is now for sale permanently. They just didn't have enough to be able to provide a full vanilla bean, but they have farms in Madagascar, like the farm owners in Madagascar are now working solely with doTERRA, and so they've been able to establish, and 2, they've been able to get more workers and help that farmer grow a bigger operation and employ more people.
Because I know that it's in the know if it's in the calm, whatever the calm one is, in the Young Living one, that you always get really sick with. And it's the vanilla that's in there.
And that could be it. I wouldn't be surprised because anything synthetic is going to trigger. And say it's like cleaning products, I can't do. The cleaning products by big brands that say that they're all natural. Anytime that it says fragrance, that is coding for we either have a synthetic chemical or there's an essential oil that came from a middleman company that's really adulterated or synthetically produced. And then even to things like there's some issues with the Mrs. Meyer brand, right? You don't know where these came from, and then when you try and ask them, they either don't know or it's a middleman company, and the middleman company, you're like, well, that's not real.
Yeah.
Or it's like half real, half fake. So that's anything like that, I'm not surprised. But doTERRA is a CO2 extraction method, and it's from the true vanilla bean. And I forget, yeah, that's next. Okay. I thought it was next, so I was like, oh, I'll relay that. So the new product, and this is the one, okay, it's a tie. It's a tie between the deep blue stick with copaiaba, so that's awesome, and the vanilla that I'm obsessed with, because if you have trouble sleeping, this and honey tea puts you right to sleep. It is it is floral, well, technically a bean from a floral, but it is super calming. And what's interesting, it's not on here, but its chemistry, if you know what helichrysum is really similar to helichrysum. It's a diketone, not a monoketone. So it's really complex in chemistry. It's really rejuvenating. It helps with our cellular health, our cellular regeneration. So it's one of those powerhouse oils like helichrysum. It's not the exact same thing. So there's really good skin qualities. And this is a pure vanilla CO2 absolute. Jump right in. You want a bingo sheet? We had talked about copaiaba touch. I'm just gonna work it. Real good. I can do this. Okay. And you can pause. Because this really answers your question.
Okay.
I will pause.
You can
What bathroom do you want me to use? That bathroom, use the stove on your right.
He's like, oh my god, it smells. I'm like, I know the whole car smells.
My dad usually want to use the other stove.
Old and torn up, but
He decides to say a couple stuff was not great for you, and we look at it.
I'm scanning. My sister thinks that it's the set of my dad, so he and I can review her.
Oh, okay, cool. No sheet. Here's the thing.
That sounds important.
Here you go. We have a thing to write on. We talked about copaiaba touch, the hygiene blend, which you really like.
The what?
The hygiene.
Yes, I ordered.
I can't, you know what? If you say it Hig, if you say it hygiene, say it whatever, it's fine. And then Madagascar vanilla, the doTERRA difference, and then you get a freebie for being on our team. And then we get to yell bingo and get free things. It's great.
Oh, you're on our team. There you go.
Jen, this is Kate and Annie. And Carrie just went to the restroom. We'll get back in. Carrie just asked a really good question about the vanilla. Everybody feel a little awkward? Is that what we're...
I'm cool.
Okay,
I've been
cool.
like visiting people all day.
Sometimes I feel really awkward. Like this morning, I was like, I feel slightly awkward, but slightly not awkward. And I don't know if it's reciprocated. We're going to go with it. I think you're a good person.
oh right, because you guys
Great
saw each other.
friendship. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you're like, okay, how do we start friendships
Oh,
again?
I walked away.
It's been so long since I had to do one. Okay, so getting back into it. So Madagascar vanilla, just like we were talking about before. Right, so 80% of vanilla comes from Madagascar. 80% of real vanilla, that is. And so this vanilla is an absolute, so it's a pure vanilla CO2 absolute. It's just it's a way to do the extraction process. There's really good information on how that specifically is done on the doTERRAsourcetoyou.com. To go into it, it's just going to take more time, but it's a really good process. It's a safe process, and it gives you a very pure end result. and a safe end result. There are different ways to do extractions of absolutes, and what your base is matters, right? Like what your base is will determine if it's going to stay in there all the way or like partially remain in your absolute and then make it toxic, right? So we want to make sure that we're using a safe method for making absolute, and doTERRA does that because they're awesome. And then this, as I was saying before, it supports local harvesters. Really every oil does. It's sourced in Madagascar. It's the most requested single oil. People have been asking for it for a long time. And what's super cool is that the bees, vanilla was originally from Mexico. Vanilla originally comes from Mexico, and there were specific bees that were needed to pollinate it. And when the English settlement was happening and the English was going to different countries, vanilla moved to Madagascar, but then it never bloomed properly. It never produced vanilla beans. They couldn't figure out why. And the reason why it doesn't make vanilla beans, well, it wasn't because the bees that were needed to pollinate didn't exist in Madagascar, and they don't exist anymore. So the vanilla in Madagascar, it has to be hand pollinated.
Wow.
So someone goes flower to flower, like painting pollen on the flower. Like think about that. You have to hand pollinate a ton of flowers, right? Because we're talking, luckily we make more than if it was a steam distilled floral oil, but still it's a lot of petals, it's a lot of flowers, it's a lot of beans. Well, really we're talking about beans. And then again, with all those beans that we can now bloom from hand pollinating, it only blooms one day each year.
Yes.
So you gotta be on it. You gotta hand pollinate it, that's all our work. And then you've got, when it blooms, you gotta go. You gotta source it, and you have to source it right. So this is something that took a while for doTERRA to slowly, right, those harvesters that they're supporting. It takes time to grow that crop, to grow the people that understand what they're doing and how to hand pollinate. And this is gonna get to your question super well and bullet pointed, so I love it. So like you were saying, what's the difference? Why do we have doTERRA's the best and it's safe? And it comes down to what is the source of the vanilla and what is the extraction process, so the making it into an absolute process.
Vanillin. That is what
Yes.
is the problem.
Because the main chemical, so the main in doTERRA, I don't know if they use the same language in Young Living, but in doTERRA, right, so really anything. The chemical constituents are the different molecules or chemicals, right, that are in an essential oil, right? It's what makes up the essential oil chemistry. And one of the biggest chemical constituents in vanilla is vanillin. That's why there's ways that people will sell lavender and it'll have linalool and it'll have little acetate, but it's not a naturally derived one. And actually, current research from the University of Mississippi shows that your absorption rate is half with the synthetic. The real essential oil has double the absorption rate of the synthetic, which is super cool. So like you were saying, 85% of the vanilla extract that you see on the market is synthetically produced vanillin from petrochemicals. Just not good. And they'll have the artificial coloring, right? Because yes.
Oh, the great stuff from Mexico, that's like $10 for the big jug. No.
I would have to like pull up the company.
Oh no, you get it from like the street vendors that are.
And how they did the absolute extraction, because that's
what I'm talking about.
one, you want to make sure that it's extracted from the vanilla bean, and then you want to make sure that the process of getting it into an absolute, into an extract is the same. So, and then these petrochemicals, right, to make it look like it's normal, we're going to have added like sugar, we're going to have coloring, and there's preservatives. Versus the doTERRA, we can diffuse it, we can drink it, we can eat it. I put it in banana bread all the time. It's great. People use it for perfume. It's really good for skin, emotional health. It'll clonk you out if you put it in tea, like I said. And like we said before, it's a pure vanilla CO2 absolute, 100% pure and natural. And here's the 100 vanilla. Why did it go back? I'm sorry. I think it said 25 kilos of beans makes the one bottle. There we go. Yeah, 25 kilos of vanilla beans yields 1 kilo of vanilla absolute. So it's a lot of stuff. So that is the big difference. I'm really glad you asked that question.
Thanks.
Okay.
I was just looking up Young Living's vanilla. They left the vanillin out of it, but it is in that stress away. So I'm wondering.
Oh, yeah, Kate does.
Yeah, and that has vanilla in it. And I always feel like that's the one that Scott doesn't like either, is anything that has the vanilla in it. But I'm wondering still, like, what is their
Yeah.
process? Because I know before, actually in both companies, it used to be vanilla, like 15 years ago. They didn't have vanilla. So it looks like that's changing.
Yeah.
But
So
it
the
still
last,
makes me wonder what kind of process we're using.
as far as I know, when I started using doTERRA for my discomfort, what was that? That was about 3 years ago, and it was all vanilla, or it wasn't any vanilla in. So it's been
It
a
was
while. It's been a while. That's always been
I just have avoided it
right.
as much as possible, just because it was
Yeah.
not one that, it was something that
Right,
made
you
me
don't,
sick,
right?
so.
And too, when it comes to quality, that's where.
Yeah, I'll be interested to.
Lavender
see if that
study
makes any
is
change.
really good, and you can find it pretty easily. There's a link in our group to it. I think.
Okay.
But it's a good study, but it's not, quality has not been an issue at doTERRA, and it's always a number one thing. And quality and not breaking sourcing laws has not always been great. The other company. You can look at federal charges, it's great. It's great. So this is Osmanthus Touch. This is a limited time. You can only get it in the convention kit, I believe. And it's a really cool oil. Of course, my mouse doesn't want to work. There we go. It's a floral oil. So like anything, florals are really good for the outer skin health. They're going to be calming. They're going to be relaxing. Florals, calming, good for skin. And so Osmanthus is sourced from China. And like I said, it provides comfort. It has a sweet aroma. It's great for skin health. It's really similar to jasmine. And jasmine is thought to be one of the best skin oils that you could use. So Osmanthus is really, really similar in chemistry to that.
Similar or no? I love jasmine, but it's so expensive.
And jasmine is really good too.
It smells more frankincense-y. I mean, like jasmine and frankincense. You know, it has that more.
Right, they're very
piney
similar, but there's that slight difference. So you've got almost like, it's like jasmine with a little bit of that frankincense, or like that nutty smell. And like you said, it's soothing, really hydrating. This is a topical oil. Whenever it comes to these, I just like to open the bottle and put it in a lotion blend of mine. I think it's easier to use than like putting the roller ball on everywhere and then putting lotion on. I just prefer to make my own lotion, pop the lid off. But it is nice if you want to leave a little in the bottle and use it for a spot treatments. Like if in the winter, that's when it's nice to have half of your roller ball into like a lotion blend. Like you slowly put in a lotion blend, but then you maybe have one on you for those dry winter days. And then Tulsi, this was a convention special last year. So you got a bottle in the convention kit. And now it is a permanent time product, which is super cool because Tulsi is a really good skin oil and it has antihistamine properties, which is nice for people that get histamine reactions a lot. So Tulsi is a really good oil that I have used when I have broken out and I'm really itchy in conjunction with Zendocrine. I like Zendocrine, peppermint, and Tulsi together whenever you got the itchy breakouts. And it supports 5,000 harvesters in native India. It's thought to be the queen of herbs, and it was commonly used in Ayurveda, which is an Indian natural form of medicine that's really old. Like it goes back a long time. It's spicy. It's got a balsamic rosin. It smells. It's like similar to basil, but not as strong. And like I said, it supports clean, healthy-looking skin because it's helping with that antihistamine, right? That antihistamine property, as well as the general skin health. And then those are the main chemical constituents. But for those of us that don't know much about science, later. And everything CPTG, but I feel like they just needed something to fill the space. Right? They just wanted something to fill the space to look nice. But I like adding that to things. And so how to use it? It does a lot of things, as you can see. Like it can help have thyroid support if you take it internally. It can have calming for the nervous system. You can apply it to the wrists, bottom of your feet, temples. For inflammatory support, you can add it to tea or water. For your skin, you can add it to your cleanser or in your lotion or in a roller ball, depending on what you use. And then it can help support healthy blood glucose levels, which Melissa and the Slim and Sassy blend also do. It helps with healthy cortisol levels, which is great because stress sucks. The adaptive is a great stress one as well. And then it can help with a healthy respiratory function, all the things. And then these are body care oil ones. So these, I don't think they're permanent. I think they're special. It's probably on the sheet somewhere. But they came out with these new carrier oil blends. So they're just more fancy. So they went from, they're still going to be the fractionated coconut oil, but now there's a body care oil and a sensitive skin oil. And so it's just supposed to have better hydration. It's supposed to have a better absorption rate for the oils that you're putting on you. It's also supposed to be odorless, which that's kind of nice. And then these are the main ingredients of it. So just really look at it. If you know that you're allergic to one of those, then don't use it. Then just don't use it. And then the sensitive skin care oil blend is supposed to be better geared for people with sensitive skin, as well as babies, and then your face. Right? So not everyone wants to put fractionated coconut oil on their face, which is why normally people use jojoba oil or grapeseed oil to be really good. But now they have this, which is supposed to have the grapeseed, the rosehip, hemp seed.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
A little nice combo.
It's a nice, it's good. And so this is really good. All the oils that they picked were great for sensitive skin. And this is a really nice face one. So if you want to make, like sometimes I just use a roller ball on my face rather than a lotion. So that's kind of nicer if you have a baby or even if your body is sensitive. You know, this is a nice go-to. So, okay, yeah, they are supposed to be there for a while. And this is their nice pretty picture of the cost, but we went over that. It's great. I like the sensitive one. We both have here. The Abōde line is awesome. So the Abōde line is new, and the first thing that I thought when they came out with the Abōde line is, are they going to get rid of the On Guard line, which is it's the version of Themes, right? The immunity support line. And no, they're not getting rid of it. It's going to be rebranded and all sexy. But so the Abōde collection, the Abōde meaning home, is your home cleaning collection, and it's supposed to be an easy switch from the cleaning products in your home that may be toxic or not as great, and into these great, more powerful, pure essential oil products that also have increased sustainability and less plastic production. So that is really cool. And the blend, the Abōde blend, which is called the Refreshing blend, it's supposed to be called the Home blend, but came from a ton of research. So there's all of the things that are in it, like lime, litsea, cassia, lemon, eucalyptus, tea tree, arvida, kochi, eucalyptus, citronal, lavender, and lemon myrtle. Those things, the way that this blend was created was from research. So there was current research that had already been done that was out there about essential oils that had super great cleaning properties and had done really well in bacteria dish tests. And so then they took those oils, they did different blends, and then they did different Petri dish tests to find the best blend that had the best synergy, that made all of the oils work better together in the best way. And those Petri dish studies are cool. The publication isn't out yet, but there were photos at the convention that I can show you. I can't show this. So that was really cool. So like I said, there's powerful synergy energy. They work better together and they're awesome. And they clean for a long time. When you're putting it on your counter, it's not just there and done. It's going to protect it for 24 hours or 2 days. A long time, because they did one for like a 2-week study. It was crazy. And the cleansing properties for surface, it's a fresh and clean aroma. It's mostly made for surfaces, but I have heard some people that have really bad bacterial related acne using this as a spot treatment. So that was kind of cool. And the only thing is, if you have the gene for not liking cilantro, you won't like it. There's a gene, like if you don't like cilantro, there's actually a gene for it. I don't know if anybody knew that. It's pretty cool. And then they took the Abōde line, that was so awesome. And now we have dishwasher pods now, guys. It's awesome because they didn't have that before. You had to make them on your own. And we made them, and they would like explode everywhere and then deflate this whole thing. Now there are nice dishwasher pods already made. You don't have to DIY them. You can if you still want to. And so it's really easy. It's formulated with the Abōde line. There's additional natural enzymes that are plant-powered cleaning. It's gray water safe, which is super awesome. That's really cool. I really love that. Each pod has a biodegradable film, and the packaging material is made from post-consumer plastic. And at some point, they're going to probably go to aluminum. And there's 24 count back. I love these. These are great. You get it in the convention kit. Is a great enrollment kit. And then there are laundry pods now too. We have the doTERRA laundry soap, which is awesome. It goes from a covered black mat full of dog mud from the ditch to white in just a tablespoon of laundry for a whole load. That's awesome. But now we have this version too, which is great. So the laundry pods are nice when you have people that may be living in dorms or you have to go to a laundromat. So if you go to live on campus someday, or you go to a different university and go live on campus someday, it's going to be nice. Or, you have a crazy household, or you want your kids to do the laundry and not you and your kids.
Yeah, because Joshua dumps like 3 cups of.
Right, just be like,
I know.
you only need 1 tablespoon. Especially if it's the modern washer, it's just 1 tablespoon. And then if it's the old style, it's 2. But kids don't always do that. Even my grandma doesn't always do that. Like when she first started coming over, I was like, Carol, it's only 1 tablespoon. So this is nice when you don't want to do the laundry. And they were super great. I love them. So it's kind of the same thing. It's this very similar to the dishwasher tabs. All the same stuff, biodegradable film, natural enzymes. But there is bio-based salts to help lift dirt. That is one of the additives in there. Good additive, not a bad one. No. And same thing, post-consumer plastic, same kind of capsule. And then we get into our counter. Yes, we have them on our countertop. Feel free to try them. And so what's awesome about this, what doTERRA wanted to do was make a cleaning line that was one, conventional. It was easy to convert from what you had to this. That was natural and safe. That was stylish and sleek and was good for the environment. Had better sustainability and less plastic. And they did that by doing a concentrate system. So we get these nice pretty glass bottles, and then what we do is instead of getting plastic bottles, we get aluminum bottle concentrates because aluminum is highly recyclable. Most of the aluminum that you put in your recycle gets recycled. Plastic, on the other hand, no. There's also a limit to how many times you can recycle plastic. You can only recycle plastic once. You can recycle aluminum a whole lot of times. Whole lot. You don't get 100% out that you put in, but you get way more use out of it. And you can recycle it a lot of times. So even the lid is aluminum. So we went from the plastic, whatever. I mean, think about how many times you would go to the store and buy a plastic cleaning bottle. Like that adds up. Like you clean your house a lot, you might go through a bottle a month, and that's 12 bottles a year. And then you think about how much you clean your house. And that might not be the only bottle, because you got the toilet bowl cleaner, and then you got the other stuff. So this has helped saving a lot of plastic. And you actually can recycle what the concentrate comes in your bottle section. So that's great. And the nice thing about the dishwasher soap is I keep saying dishwasher soap instead of dish soap. Carrie's smiling at me. So this has the added benefit of grapefruit to amplify its cleaning power. Grapefruit is great as a degreaser. Also, for those of us who have joint problems in our wrists and in our hands and can't scrub really long on a pan without getting pain. Yeah, we got multiple people. Not just you yet. A really good trick, besides letting this sit on your pan, is if you put a little bit of lemon essential oil, like say you have like a caked on casserole pan or something, is you put 3 drops of lemon essential oil in a bit of hot water, and then swish it to mix it all up and cover your pan, let it sit for 5 minutes, and then go to scrub off, it peels like right off. It's as if it changed into silicone, it just came right off. Or you can do a lemon grapefruit combination. So if you have something that's really, really hard to get off, and even this is having a tough time getting it off, lemon or lemon grapefruit and water gets it off. It's beautiful.
How much do the refills, how many times that concentrate, how many times does that go into a?
The dish soap is volume for volume.
Oh, okay, it's not.
The dish soap is volume for volume. The multi-purpose cleaner and the hand soap and the lotion are either a third, a half, or a quarter of the bottle, depending on which one you're using. And you also can play with the amount. So some people don't use the full, like since this is a multi-service cleaner. But what's nice is on the bottles, you can get a bottle, but on the bottles, there's a line that tells you where to fill. So the dish soap, it was volume for volume. You don't go through it that fast. I believe that was what you really about. The hand soap, the cleaner concentrate hand soap is half. So one concentrate of the hand soap will fill 1 bottle twice. And then the spray is 3 times. And some people do less and just add in drops of the actual oil. Some people don't even buy the cleaner concentrate for the spray and just use an oil blend. Like just put the Abōde oil directly in it. It's kind of your call. The hand lotion is, I believe, a half.
What do you add to the hand lotion?
Yeah.
Water? What do you add to the
You don't add anything to the hand lotion. So it's either concentrates or refills. But your refills are in a recyclable form. Really need to work on the lotion one. That's kind of, it's hard to find things that way. My mouse moved. So it's a multi-surface cleaner. So it's the difference. So, like we said, it's to help reduce carbon footprint. So we're doing way less plastic, and also it's a little tiny
Should
ball.
we just do the multi-surface, the cleaner concentrate?
Yeah. You have bingo. Okay. Does anybody else have bingo yet?
Yeah.
Did you do?
Why did you have bingo?
Because you just keep talking.
You're supposed to yell.
You're supposed to yell.
Okay,
Okay.
Did you do hand soap yet?
No.
We're getting to that.
Okay. Because I think hand soap and I do.
You spell your name right? Is that how you spell it?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
RRIE.
Okay. I have to change that in my contacts. Nobody told me how to spell your name. No one told me how to spell it. Okay, so this is great. So this is just our cleaner concentrate. It's helping. We kind of already described that. So it's in this nice little pretty bottle. So this is full. This is our aluminum. No, sorry. This is a glass bottle. So that's recyclable. So when you throw it away, you want to take the plastic lid off. This is really, really tiny. And they did the glass because of how concentrated the cleaner is. And this will fill, you can use that to fill this 3 times. So we've done, and it works great. I love it. I like the smell of it. If you like cilantro, then you don't. But you also, like I was saying before, you can always do straight water and add in 15 drops of the Abōde line, or play with what concentration you like. Even if you have 8 drops, it's still going to be really powerful cleaner, right? Especially when you're dealing with the mass activation serum, you can play with the concentration. But even if you have 8 drops in there, it's still going to work. Now we're on hand wash.
Not yet.
Think what?
No, it's hand soap. It's not the same thing.
Okay, so the hand soap concentrate, this will fill twice. So this is a concentrate. So it'll fill up, you fill up to the line and you fill it with water. The line's at about a third of this. So this might actually be, we haven't fully gone through our hand soap yet. So we filled it up at convention at our sink, and it's only a third empty, and it's been 2 months. So it lasts It's the foaming hand soap. And it has a non-drying formula, so it's supposed to help keep your hands soft. You always can add softening agents to it. You can add in your own palm if you tend to have dry hands, or add in more glycerin. What do we use? Yeah, vegetable glycerin. It's the pure kind. And then this has additional apple and banana extract to soothe and moisturize the skin. And then this has the added benefit of being infused with citrus bloom, which I love, and smells like Jesus walking through a field at springtime. Great, I love it. And this is in an aluminum concentrate. And then we have the hand lotion.
Oh, no, I
You have a bingo? Do you have a bingo yet?
No, Annie had a bingo
When did she have the bingo?
on the last one.
On the last slide? Okay.
Oh, it was the hand soap?
Okay. Now we just need cake. Woo, bingo! You can yell it excitedly.
I
You
got
do a
one
little
for
dance,
yelling.
too?
Oh, give me a break.
So then, the hand lotion is in post-consumer recycled plastic, PCR, refill pouches to increase the shipping and transportation efficiency. So that'll also save on gas. So all of these changes also help save on gas as soon as you're going to like a smaller concentrate form or the PCR form. And then the hand lotion is very hydrating. There's shea, there's beetroot extract, coconut oil, Tasmanian pepper is also in the blend to help soothe the skin. It's a lightweight formula without silicones, which is nice. Not having silicones is nice. And then it has the citrus bliss in it as well. So the hand soap and the lotion smell really nice. It's a mixture of florals and citruses. So it's lemon, wild orange, lavender, grapefruit, another floral oil I'm blanking on, but it's awesome. It smells great. And I have a bottle if you want to smell. And it's a non-greasy formula, and you don't need a lot. Like you can put literally the size of a dime, even less than the size of a dime, and it'll hydrate your hands. So you don't have to use a lot, so you don't go through it super fast. And then we have the On Guard chewables. These are super cool, and the science is always super cool. You already got a bingo.
I know, I'm just
You're
paying
thinking
attention.
going. Okay, so the On Guard chewables were
So
made off
deep,
of
just
some
fill
really
it.
cool research, right? So basically, we took the On Guard blend that was super awesome and helped boost our immune system, backed by research. There's some really cool research about how On Guard attenuates the influenza virus. You should look it up. Attenuates, like it kills it off. It's pretty cool. So what they did was these are the On Guard version of the zinc lozenge. So it has vitamin C, D, zinc, and beta-glucan, right? Because we know that vitamin C, vitamin D, they help boost our immune system, which also magnesium in there. And then we have optimized absorption with the way that the capsule is made. And then the added On Guard to help further boost the immune system. And then they did clinical research on this. They did where you took a blood draw and they looked at the white blood cell count and the specific different types of white blood cells and their count. And then you took the lozenge, and then 3 hours later, another 3 hours later, another 3 hours later, they did a blood draw to see the white cell count. And what they saw was there was an increase, and not in the sense of like, oh my God, we have sepsis, we're gonna die, we need to protect ourselves. Not like that. It wasn't like that. We saw a little increase to show that our cells were on guard, just like the name says. So we saw an increase in the white blood cells that was good for increasing being on guard but not overreacting. So it was really cool on how it'll help boost the immune system and our immune system response. And also On Guard does help with the inflammation process, which is pretty cool. And then the added vitamin C and D. So that, I really like this thing. This is my second. This is the product that tied for the top one. So this is the Deep Blue Stick. And this is the first product, because of the FDA classification they got for this, that I can say, this helps with pain.
I got another bingo.
Yeah, I'm like,
Did
awesome.
you get a bingo?
I got a bingo.
oh yeah, good.
Finally.
Finally. So this is the first product if you are in doTERRA land or any oil land, you know that we have to be compliant. Even if there is a bunch of research to claim something like it may help with the head, you can't say that. You say head tension. That's how compliancy works. Good to go over that. So this is a deep blue stick with copaiaba, and it helps with pain and discomfort related to arthritis, bruises, sprains, strains. Feels so good to say that. It feels so good to say. So
I use the,
No.
we have deep blue, we don't have that with copaiba in it.
Sophie does. She has a deep blue bottle, but it's lotion.
But it's not.
So deep blue doesn't have the deep blue blend. The reason why it says deep blue stick and copaiba
Oh,
is because so the deep blue lotion or the deep blue rub, I do like it. It's great. Why do I keep getting called? It's fine. I don't know the number. They'll leave a message if it's important. My mailbox is it's not full. It's fine. So what's really nice is that it works. It has the deep blue product in it. So deep blue is great. The deep blue rub is awesome. I love it. When it comes to topical analgesics, though,
Got my husband's approval.
what?
It has my husband's approval.
It has her husband's approval. Has your dad tried it yet with his arthritis? He loves the copaiba.
He does.
That helped a lot with his arthritis.
Well, I ordered it and I don't even think it made it to my dad because Gene took it.
Oh, okay. But so the deep blue rub, anytime we're using topical analgesics, consistency is going to matter, right? Because when you take pain medication, a lot of times there's a release mechanism, right? So it's not like here's all the pain medicine, we're done in 2 hours. Yeah, right? You have a suspended release, and that doesn't happen when you're not using synthetics, when you're not using those types of encapsulations. So when it comes to we sprain something, we strain something, we want to put this on 3 times a day. When you're taking things internally, I can say from experience, I take the deep blue and the turmeric and copaiba, take all of them. And I want to be in the ER to, I'm at like a 2. Some days a 1. And then every now and then I have like the trigger points, the traps, the lower back. And that's where I can maybe put the stick on once a day. Or in the morning when I go to bed, right? It's less frequent, the worse the problem is. The worse your problem is, the more frequent you should probably put it on, right? Up to the highest I've ever seen with consistency is 6 times a day. That's for really bad things like you tore it, like you ruptured, it's severed, you severed a nerve, something like that. So this has been awesome for pain. Also, the way that it's formulated, it kind of, the way it looks, this is new, by the way, so whoever gets this, I'm not actually going to put it on myself, but it looks like, almost like a big stick. So it almost, you feel the effects just like with the deep blue rub and the stick, you feel it longer than when you put the oil on. It has a longer absorption time, like you're having it on your skin and absorbing it longer, yes.
The only thing I'm going to say I noticed with it, because Gene's been using it like 3 times a day, you really have to scrub it off with soap. Otherwise, your skin squeaks.
Because I believe that's the beeswax in it.
Probably.
The beeswax, because this is, what's awesome about this is it is free of the silicones. I'm not even going to say that word, penoxyethanol. What is it?
I don't know.
It's penoxyethanol. There we go. PEGs, retinol, palmate. So it's free of all those known toxins. And that's why it has the beeswax in it. It has other things. And it's made with post-consumer recycled plastic material. And the copaiba that's in it is going to enhance the deep blue, which is why whenever you use the deep blue rub instead of the stick, or if you use the deep blue oil, I always pair it with the copaiba.
I mean, the deep blue is definitely not one. It just feels like it takes the pain away momentarily only because the burning of the menthol is what's doing it. I don't ever feel like the deep blue is really cutting into my pain, if you know what I mean. Not the stick. I've never tried the copaiba with it.
And was it consistent? That would be my first question.
Usually when I get pain, it's like right now, and I do it until it goes away, but,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know, I will definitely be interested in this.
I would try the stick, and then is it more of a, if it's a more than two, I would say I had to go internal. With what we have, I went internal, like topical, so this is when my mom first brought it to me, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna use it for 8 months. And then my pain was so bad in my back, and I used the roller ball, and it would work, and I would get pain relief. And I used the straight roller ball that wasn't diluted, not the touch version. And I would get pain relief for about an hour or two, and then it would go away, right? Because it's a topical. And so I used it consistently, but I needed a more permanent solution because it wasn't a temporary thing. It wasn't like, oh, I just got a sprain. And rather than put it on 6 times a day, when I started, I did the deep blue with the LLB, because whether you're taking the supplements and probiotics is going to matter. It's how healthy your gut is and how healthy your cells are is going to determine how much you can absorb of another substance. So when I did that, that's when I had the big pain drop. That's when I went from being 8 out of 10. I just want to cry all the time or just sit and do nothing, but you can't sit and do nothing because it hurts to sit and do nothing. Like you can't even lay in bed because that hurts, right? You just need to be in water. Really, that was the only thing. Water was the only thing that felt kind of nice. And that's when the deep blue internally helped that discomfort a lot. And then adding in the copaiaba further enhanced the effect and then helped with the neurological.
I am really interested in the copaiaba because currently the only thing that really cuts it, like on the surface, is CBD, something that has CBD in it.
Yeah, and
But
so
that
your copaiaba is
lasts
going to
like
get a better
20
result.
minutes and then it's done.
So that
My dad did an experiment.
Okay.
Because he had to have a hip replacement, he didn't want to have a hip replacement. And my dad is not in, but he hates medicine. So he did CBD for 3 months, and he tried copaiaba. After 2 weeks, he's like, the copaiba is way better.
Internally or
Just topically or
you won't take it internally.
Yeah.
If you're willing to take it internally, it's good to take it internally. So some people actually, instead of doing deep blue and copaiaba, switch to the turmeric dual capsule and copaiaba. The major thing is going to be what is the main cause of your pain. So I started taking all 3 because one, deep blue and copaiba worked really well for me for the general problems. And then when I started getting the degenerative disc disease, so like when I started to get discovered my knees, right, and the specific vertebrae in my back, when I added in the turmeric dual capsules, that's where you have the oil and the dry turmeric together. So there's a synergy effect. You have better effects on the anti-inflammatory properties as well as be helping with joint health, right? So that made a big difference in that sense. So if it's not general inflammation, oxidative stress, and like muscle recovery, right? You might be better off with a copaiba turmeric than a copaiba deep blue. And it'd also be interesting if you've ever tried deep blue internally. Because some people are like, I want my turmeric and my copaiba, and that's all I need. Some people do better with the deep blue and the copaiba combination. And copaiba will work better, not just from like trial and error, like the science behind it. The way CBD works, it doesn't directly bind. The receptor that's involved with pain and calming down the nervous system is that CB2 receptor. And CBD has to go through a process in your body. It goes through a chemical reaction, and then the product of that binds to it. So it's not a direct bind. How much it binds isn't 100% sure, and it does also bind to the CB1. There is psychoactive effects. So for me, I had tried marijuana. Like I went so far as to try not just CBD, but marijuana. And initially it worked for about a year. And then all of my pot system, the pots, any dysautonomia, got way worse because of the slowly building up effect, that psychoactive effect. It's a little, but when you use it all the time, it's gonna add up. And then now, if I even try anything internally, the next week I am wonky, and like the 2 days after, I get dysautonomia attacks, and then for the week, my POTS is way worse. So I did the switch because the copaiaba, no psychoactive effects, 100% fine, and 2, it's purity. It's just like the essential oil world, the CBD world is flooded with synthetics, right? And I don't know of any CBD company that's like, here's where we source, here are our partners, here's our, like, you can put the code at the bottom of this bottle on the sourceu.com and get the third party tested, right? That doesn't happen in CBD land. There's not a company version, and even if there was, it still wouldn't match the capability of copaiaba just because of the way the chemistry works.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And you might need a personalized blend, because if it's highly related to arthritis or degenerative disc disease or any kind of joint degenerative disease, especially in the hands when it comes to that arthritis and joint health, it may be that you need a stronger thing than Deep Blue in terms of inflammation support and joint support. So you maybe don't need the blue tansy and the other stuff. You need the helichrysum, you need the frankincense, you need a lot of wintergreen, and you need the copaiaba and turmeric, especially wintergreen. It's the best thing. It's awesome. So I would definitely, try the stick.
Yeah.
But if the stick doesn't work, I would work with you on chemistry and what your problem is and make you, we would make you
I
more
feel like
volatile
this stick would work for like because when I get really kind of bad attacks right in my neck that just get migraines like in a half hour or something. And I feel like that's when I need something topical to like take that down.
Yeah.
But in general, there are so many joints that have problems that topical can't even touch.
That's what I would say. Anybody that is like us, I always recommend the Deep Blue copaiaba to start, and then or turmeric copaiaba. I like
turmeric in general.
The Deep Blue one has the turmeric extract, but not the oil. It's like Deep Blue is frankincense, turmeric, green tea, boswellic acid. It's a blend of those polyphenols. But if you like turmeric more, then start with the turmeric dual cap and the copaiaba. But especially for when you're having multiple joints and our kind of problem, the internal and topical combination is going to be your best result. Internal is going to get you the best result. It's the most powerful. It's the most potent way to use them.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that was long.
Yeah, but that's what I wanted to hear. So.
Yeah. No,
That's
I'm
what
like,
I wanted to
and I am a person where I am the science nerd. Also, we have the same problem. So there's been a lot of, I've done a lot of the trial and error, and obviously we're all we might have all of our own little differences, but there is something that will work. We're always going to find something that will. We do the research. We do science. So that is the end of our new products. So that's really cool. So that's the end of our new stuff. We ended on what talking point. That was well. And so if you want the kit, there's a QR code. I did QR codes. If you went back, you could just pause it, snap it on your phone. I also did QR codes on the PDF sheet. So I like to make things. It's just easier. And so this month, if your account is inactive, because if it's been more than 6 months, you might be inactive. And so you can re-enroll, and if you re-enroll and want to come under us and put all the classes and get all the free things all the time, so great. And make the custom wellness plan together and got loads of EDS information.
Foresee explosions in the kitchen.
Yes, and I mapped out a really good EDS 6-month and 1-year plan for people like us. So right now is actually a really good time. So maybe it was God's way of sending you here. I don't know. Because right now it's 20% off these 4 selected enrollment kits. Right? So right now the Healthy Habits, the Cure Collection, and the Home Essentials and the Natural Solutions are 20% off. They're already discounted kit price. Because whenever you get a kit, it's cheaper than getting all the individual things. So these kits already save $80 to $150 depending on the kit. And now you're saving even more. So this is fun. So these are kind of just a little more information on the kit. I like to go high to low. The Natural Solutions kit is what I started with. my favorite kit for anybody to get started with is either Natural Solutions or the Healthy Habits. And that's mostly because the Natural Solutions, you're getting the vitamins, you're getting the enzymes. Enzymes are really important when it comes to MCAS. Those are really helpful, right? And those probiotics, but we're also we're detoxing the home, right? We're getting our healthy version of acetration, our non-toxic version of Vicks, the shampoo, the lotion. And this is the unessential, like there's no essential oils in it. So you might like that. If you react to lotion, even that like sensitive skin type lotion, I've got some really good lotion DIYs. I've tried 4 different ones. They work really well. And they're pretty fun to make. And then, right, this is a good, like, you want to get it and you want to get it now. Like, diffuser, this is a good, like, I'm getting my life to be awesome. And that's kind of like the issues. I like that little issue thing. Same thing, there's a QR code on all of these. The Cura collection is the ditch and switch for your medicine cabinet. They came out with those like 2 months ago. It's okay. Like, I like it. It's a good kit. If you want to do just a medicine swap. But I like the Healthy Habits kit or the Natural Solutions more because it has those multivitamins in it, which are so important, especially with today's age when you go to the grocery store. And really what you're getting at the grocery store is something that's only about 4% bioavailable versus when you have the chelated minerals and glycoprotein complex vitamins and whole food complexes and enzymes and a lot of research that goes into making these. Or the ones that say they have chelated minerals, when you look at the back of it, they only have like 2 milligrams, and you're like, I need 100% of my daily value. I need like that much, and you're giving me like 10. It's not good. So the Healthy Habits is really nice when you want to get into essential oils, but you're not ready to do the deep dive yet. So like you're getting your multivitamins. It's just really, it's called the Healthy Habits kit because it's the daily things that's recommended most often with doTERRA, right? You've got your deep blue rub for your aches and pains. Frankincense, they just switched it from lemon to tangerine, On Guard, Balance, and lavender, and then your multivitamins, Terrazyme, PB Assist. Although the Home Essentials kit is good if all you want to do is oils. So all you want to do is oils. These are the top 10 oils. We've got our copaiaba, Deep Blue, Adaptive, and On Guard, Digestion, Balance, Peppermint, Lavender, Lemon, and a beautiful little diffuser. There are other kits, right? There's the other enrollment kits, but I wanted to talk about the ones that are 20% off. So the Family Essentials is the Home Essentials, but in a 5 ml version, in a littler diffuser. That's a word. And then I think that's all. So yeah, that was class. Are there any questions, comments? Other things. This is my first convention class, so yeah.
Very good.
Cool.
Okay, no questions, comments, nothing. You're like, I want to just leave now because she's crazy.
No.
You're like, no. All right, well then we will make our prizes then. Okay, if I can get my computer to work.